Sūta Gosvāmī said, Evam, thus, chintayataha, while thinking of the instructions, Jishnoho, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna Padha, the feet of Krishna, Saroruham, resembling lotuses, Sohadena, by deep friendship, Atigadhena, in great intimacy, Shanta, pacified, Asit, it so became, Vimala, without any tinge of material contamination, Matihi, mind. Translation given by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Sūta Gosvāmī said, thus being deeply absorbed in the thinking of the instructions of the Lord, which were imparted in the great intimacy of the friendship, and in thinking of his lotus feet, Arjuna's mind became pacified and free from all material contamination. Please repeat the translation. Sūta Gosvāmī said, thus being deeply absorbed in thinking of the instructions of the Lord, which were imparted in the great intimacy of friendship, and in thinking of his lotus feet, Arjuna's mind became pacified and free from all material contamination. Purport given by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Since the Lord is absolute, deep meditation upon Him is as good as yogic trance. The Lord is non-different from His name, form, quality, pastimes, entourage, and specific actions. Arjuna began to think of the Lord's instructions to him on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Only those instructions began to eliminate the tinges of material contamination in the mind of Arjuna. The Lord is like the sun. The sun's appearance means immediate dissipation of darkness or ignorance. And the Lord's appearance within the mind of the devotee can at once drive away the miserable material effects. Lord Chaitanya therefore recommended constant chanting of the name of the Lord for protection from all contamination of the material world. The feeling of separation from the Lord is undoubtedly painful to the devotee, but because it is in connection with the Lord, it has specific transcendental effect, which pacifies the heart. Feeling of separation are also sources of transcendental bliss, and they are never comparable to contaminated material feelings of separation. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurinimithanmena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadhaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadhi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhaktarunda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here, Arjuna is remembering the instructions of Lord Sri Krishna, which were given to him in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So Lord Krishna has wound up his pastimes. So Arjuna is feeling separation from the Lord. So now he is remembering the instructions of Lord Krishna. So this is giving him pacification of the heart and free from all material contamination. So these instructions of Lord are very crucial for all of us. The same instructions what Krishna gave 5,000 years back to Arjuna in battlefield is still available with us in the form of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So we also can access and understand those instructions. And these instructions actually change our course of life. Some years back, when I was in college, I happened to meet one friend, a Krishna conscious friend. He is practicing Krishna consciousness. He is not yet friend. So he is holding Bhagavad Gita. He applied Tilak also. Understood he is a Krishna devotee. And asked, what is the final instructions of Bhagavad Gita? I don't have time to read the full Bhagavad Gita. Please tell me in brief what is that. Then he told the Shloka of Sarvadharman Parityajya. Krishna is saying to surrender unto him. He will take care. He will purify from all the sins. Do not worry. That great assurance Lord Krishna is giving. So by hearing that, I got surprised. Is it Lord takes care? So we no need to fear. So that gave me some, happiness in the heart. Then I started practicing chanting holy name from that day. So for every one of us in our life, these instructions have shown a tremendous impact. Right? So that's the power of instructions. And Srila Prabhupada tells the temple, these ISKCON centers are open. Temples are open. Just to give everyone the chance of hearing about Krishna. So temples, if you come, you hear the holy name of the Lord, Sankirtans, and pravachans about Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita on daily basis or weekly basis for various people who are living outside also. So that is the great opportunity for practicing Krishna consciousness. We can hear instructions nicely, we can take inspiration in the life, and then we can practice those principles, we can render service nicely to Lord, we can dance nicely, we can have prasadam. So many things are there because of temple. So wonderful pastimes of the Lord you can hear from the devotees. In Vrindavan, that Govardhana Parvata is there. At Govardhana Parvata, the beautiful lake is there. So that lake name is Manasi Ganga. Okay. Once Krishna killed a demon by name Vritrasura. He killed a Vatsasura. And then that Vatsasura being calf, So his friends, cowherd friends, told, it is sinful to kill a calf. And you have to go and take bath in the holy rivers, especially Ganges. So then Krishna don't want to leave Vrindavan. So then he manifests that Ganga from his mind. So that's why there's called as Manasi Ganga. And he takes bath. And all the cowherd friends, Gopas, they all jump and take bath in the Ganga river. And after some time, Nanda Maharaj and many cowherd men, the Vrajavasi of Vrindavan, so they want to go to Ganga and take bath. Then Krishna approaches them. He says, no need to go anywhere out of Vrindavan. Everything is there in Vrindavan. All the rivers, all the dhams, even Char Dham is also there in Vrindavan. You'll find some places, some prominent temples also. Krishna manifested everything in Vrindavan. And he persuades so much, somehow convinces them to come to nearby Govardhan Parvata. So by hearing the small Krishna's words, so Nanda Maharaj and all the cowherd men, the people of Vrindavan, they come to nearby Govardhan, Manasi Ganga. Then doubtful, Krishna is telling some words, small boy. But suddenly, Gangadev appears. So by seeing the Gangadev personally, they get confidence that, this is the Ganga river. We don't need to go anywhere else. So they take path in the Manasi Ganga like that. So the beautiful pastime is there, connected to Manasi Ganga. The pastime by name Nauka Vihara. So now also it's a big lake. Previously it used to be much bigger lake. Many boats used to travel to transport people from one end to other end. So once gopis, Radharani and some more gopis, so they want to sell their milk products on the other side of the Manasi Ganga, and they look for boats. No boats are there. Okay. Then they happen to see one old boat and a young man standing beside that boat. So they approach him. So they say, we want to cross this lake. We please take the boat out. He says, no. I am very busy. I don't have time to all these things. Somehow they persuade him. And then he asks for so much of money. If you want me to cross this lake, you have to give me so much of money. So they bargain so much. Finally, they convince that we'll give you some good milk sweets if you help us. Then he agrees. So they sit on the boat. So he rows the boat for some distance and then stops and starts sleeping. And they ask, why you stopped suddenly? He tells, I'm very much tired, very weak. I can't able to row the boat. So many people are there here. If you give me some milk sweets, then I will again start rowing the boat. Then gopis understand, we don't want to give you any milk sweets. Only if you make us cross this lake, then only we'll give you. He doesn't agree. Then finally they have no chance. Then they fed him nicely, milk sweets, everything. Then he started rowing boat. Again he takes some distance. Again he stops. And this time he tells that, see, after eating so much of milk sweets, you gave me so much beyond my capacity. So I'm feeling sleepy. So I had to take rest. So 2 gopis come and massage my legs. 2 more gopis come and massage my hands. And he lies down like that. And gopis become angry. And they warn that if you don't start the boat, we'll throw you out of this boat into the lake. Then becomes fearful. Then again he starts rowing the boat. Then after some time, he points out one hole. You see, this old boat, one hole is there, water is coming inside. Because you brought so much of milk pots, all these things. So you have to throw all these pots out of this boat into the lake. So then they have no other way. The water is coming inside. It is gushing very fastly into the boat. Then they throw all their milk sweet pots into the lake. Again, still it is not coming down. Then he tells you have to throw all your ornaments. You wore so much of ornaments, it is so much weight is there, necklaces and all these things and all. You should throw them out. Then there is no other way. Then they throw all their ornaments out. They think everything is over now. Suddenly, dark clouds cover the sky. Heavy wind. Because of that, waves are flowing very fastly. They're hitting the boat. They become very fearful. And this young man tells, no, don't worry. My boat is very strong. Nothing happens. And he catches the boat, both the sides, and started moving like this to show the strength of both. My boat is very strong. Nothing happens. Then Radha becomes very fearful, all the gopis. So, out of fear, she actually embraces that boatman for safety purpose. Then she happens to touch the flute of Krishna. She understands she none than Krishna. And all the gopis, they become very happy by seeing Krishna there. So then the climate calms down everything, and Krishna takes for a beautiful ride in the Manasi river by showing various places there. So, so Manasi Ganga, it is said that one should take bath and have darshan of Harideva Mandir, then start the Govardhan Parikrama. So this kind of wonderful pastimes one can hear from the devotees in the temple. Devotees always try to preach, even though you don't want. So you'll be getting preaching. And so this is wonderful pastimes will be there. So Prabhupada says, temples, ISKCON temples, my temples are pocket Vaikunthas. So material world is like a desert. It's a vast desert. And these temples are only hope. If you want to get rid of the sufferings of this material life. So Prabhupada says, wherever I go, if I go to Los Angeles, I'll be in Vaikuntha. If I go to New York, I'll be in Vaikuntha. Shri Radha Govind ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So Prabhupada says, what is the problem? Just stay in temple, do your duty. What is the problem to stay in temple? So wherever we go, we get this opportunity to stay in temple and practice Krishna consciousness. Even if you go to Pakistan also, you'll have Vaikuntha there. And if you go to Africa, you'll get Vaikuntha there. So that's the power of temple. Okay. So without being associated with the devotees in the temple, still want to practice Krishna consciousness, aloof from all these things. Prabhupada says that's called hallucination. Hallucination. It's not possible to practice Krishna consciousness like that. This Kali Yuga, very powerful. Kali is very powerful. And we require Sangha to fight against Kali. You are not Parashurama to go by a single man army and defeat everybody. We require more soldiers with us to fight against Maya. Okay. So we require association, the strength of temple. It gives various opportunities for us to practice Krishna consciousness in various ways. Okay. So that's how on daily basis or weekly basis, one should visit temple and then have that nice darshan of the deities and render service. So this is called Pancharatrika Vidhi. Worship of deities in the temple is called Pancharatrika Vidhi. And Bhagavata Vidhi is chanting holy name and preaching Krishna consciousness. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu combined both the ways so that one can enhance his spiritual experience, his devotion, bhakti, and quickly attain perfection by advancing in Krishna consciousness. So that's how one should utilize this opportunity and then make his life perfect. And here, one more point told. The feelings of separation from the Lord is undoubtedly painful, but it pacifies heart and gives transcendental bliss. So this is a wonderful kind of practicing bhakti. So that is feeling of separation from the Lord. This one can find in pure devotees like gopis. Arjuna also feeling the same thing. At advanced stage of bhakti, one experiences this kind of feelings, separation from Krishna. Generally, if we get separate from any person, we feel so much distress, okay, so much pain, and it leads to more problems, right? But here, surprisingly, it is told, but this feeling of separation from Lord pacifies the heart and actually source of transcendental bliss. How is that? If you read Bhagavatam, especially when Akrura comes to take Krishna and Balarama to Madura, Kamsa comes to know, he tried various ways and means to find out the 8th child of Devaki by killing many children around Madura. He could not find anybody. Finally comes to know, actually they're staying in Vrindavan. So he arranges a big Dhanur Yajna, and he wants to call this Krishna and Balaram from Vrindavan. He wants to arrange some kinds of fights, Malla Yuddha, or with elephant, or various kinds of ways and means to kill them. So he sends Akrura. Akrura is a good devotee, he's a great devotee. He sends him. And Akrura goes to Vrindavan and informs Nanda Maharaj that Kamsa is calling Krishna and Balaram, and they have to go to Madura. Nanda Maharaj agrees, and they're actually preparing to go to Madura next day. Then gopis of Vrindavan, their feelings, if you see, you'll understand the heights of Krishna Bhakti, gopis Bhakti unto Krishna. So they're thinking of Rasa dance. We have passed a very long night in Rasa dance with Krishna. We experienced great bliss. We looked at a sweet smile. He spoke us very jokingly. And how can you forget this? And Gocharan Leela, that means every day Krishna comes back from the Vrindavan forest with the cows back to Vrindavan. And they're waiting for Krishna when he'll come back. So when the time Krishna comes back, Krishna's face covered with dust because of dust raised by the hooves of the cows and calves. And he'll be playing flute. He'll be entering Vrindavan like that. And gopis are all seeing from their homes Krishna. And Krishna looks at them very kindly, with very lovingly. And how can you forget that glance of Krishna? So, they're remembering the characteristics of Krishna. So, Krishna attracted all our hearts completely. Fully observe the thoughts of Krishna. So, they're thinking, how can you forget Krishna? He is our life and soul. Without him, we cannot live. He has taken our stole our hearts by various ways and means, all through the days and nights. No possibility to continue our life without him. So they could not check their minds, control their minds. They're crying. So tears are flowing in rivers from their eyes. So that's why gopis are feeling so much separation from Krishna. And how they are feeling further separation. So their hearts became filled with anxiety completely. Their breath, inhale, exhale, air is coming very hot. When you're in grief, and you will feel this so much. And heart is beating very fastly. And their hair has become loose. They stop their household duties. What they have to do, they forgot totally. Like a dead bodies, they fell down on the ground. That Krishna is leaving us. Once he goes, he may not come back. In that feeling of separation. So then, they started condemning various people for this act. So first is God. Okay, they don't know Krishna is God. If they know Krishna is God, they don't perform all the loving pastimes with Krishna. That's how Yogamaya Samavrtaha, Yogamaya covers. So they think Krishna is the normal friend. They're saying this providence is so cruel. Lord is so cruel. So he, gives good friends and again separates them. Krishna, Lord has shown beautiful face of Krishna. And then we made good friendship with him. Now he's leaving completely without even informing us. How is this? Lord has come in the form of this Akrura. Akrura means no cruelty. Okay? But it's actually not so. He's very cruel. He's taking away Krishna and Balaram from us without even just putting in one word to us also. How cruel he is. And now they are actually condemning Krishna. This Krishna always wants so many friends. And he doesn't keep friendship for a long time. He's leaving us. Most surprising thing is that he is ready to sit on the chariot, preparing for himself to sit on chariot. And they're condemning the women of Madura. Now we'll go to Madura. And all these women enjoy the beauty of Krishna. Krishna is very controlled, but we're worried. They are actually women of city. We are just village girls. They look more beautiful. So in between them, he may lose his control in mind. And we may lose completely. He may not come back to Vrindavan. Then they're condemning the Nanda Maharaj, the cowherd men. Nobody is objecting Krishna's departure to Madura. They're also preparing to accompany for some distance up to Madura and they'll come back. They're preparing their bullock carts, pots, everything nicely. And not even elderly people of Vrindavan are actually understanding our pain. They're also, agree for everything. How is this? Not even Devatas are showing any mercy on us. At least if Devatas create some natural disturbance now, big hurricanes, storms, and heavy rain comes, at least it will stop. So like this, they're all, so this is, pure devotees can do all these things. Because they're pure devotees, they have a different relation with the Lord. So they can talk like this, but we cannot. So that's why gopis are feeling so much separation from Krishna. So then, they all gathered together. They're considering very seriously. At any cost, tomorrow morning, we should stop this chariot. And they all decided. So tomorrow early morning, we all leave from our houses So we'll go to Nanda Maharaj's home and stop the chariot, that's it. So that night they went to their homes, but they are feeling so much separation, they started crying. Whole day they didn't sleep, they're crying only. And next day morning, Nanda Maharaj is preparing his chariot, everything. And Krishna Balram, Akrura, they sat in chariot. And they started going little distance. Then all the gopis came. They stopped the Radha. Literally holding the horses, the chariot wheels, everything they're holding. And some gopis, they lie down on the ground. In spite of Krishna telling many times, they're not listening. Krishna also very much affected by seeing the plight of gopis. And he's telling, don't worry, I'll come back again. But they cannot be persuaded like that. They're not hearing anything. Then finally Krishna leaves to the west side. Radha starts moving. And gopis, they tried very best. And beyond that, they cannot able to physically do anything. And then they started simply glancing the Radha. So Radha is going forward. They saw that chariot flag until it disappears. Then dust which rose out of the Radha, they're seeing the dust. And finally, dust also settled down. They're still glancing. They're standing still and glancing. Like paintings, not moving anything. Simply glancing at Krishna completely. So finally, they went back to their homes with great pain in the heart. So this much of feeling gopis have for Krishna. So this is a sample of what is Krishna Prema. Krishna Prema. If you compare ourselves, have you felt any time like this for Krishna? At least 1/1000 part of it? No. We have pain for something else, excitement for something else. If some cinema becomes flop, pain. Cricket match, India-Pakistan match, if they get defeated, India get defeated, so much pain. Come to suicides also sometimes. Okay. So we have pain for all these kind of things. So, but great devotees can able to feel the separation, and that much Krishna Prema they have in their heart. And here it is said that this feeling gives pacification and source of transcendental bliss. How is that? It's a big question. So, Acharyas clarify that when devotee feels that kind of separation, actually they become more aware of the relationship with the Lord. They become more dependent on the Lord by this kind of feeling of separation. It intensifies the purification of the heart. Because he's thinking of Krishna, fully Krishna conscious, 100%, maybe 200% Krishna conscious. No other things. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. They're actually doing this. More than just thinking, they're feeling also. So because of this, there will be pacification in the heart. Because they're not thinking of any material things. They're aloof from all kinds of material anxieties, sufferings, anything. They don't think about Krishna. So this feeling actually pacifies the heart. Okay. And then this is a source of transcendental bliss, as I said here. Why it is so? Because that feeling is coming out of attachment. That attachment is coming out of love. Pure love. Is rooted in pure love. Okay. So, because of that attachment, connection with the Lord, they feel that transcendental bliss. So that's called transcendental effect. The spiritual bliss they feel. Okay. So this viraha rasa actually intenses our rasa with the Lord, It strengthens our rasa with the Lord more strong. We have different rasas. There are 5 primary rasas are there. One is Shanta rasa, Dasya rasa, like Hanuman in Dasya rasa, and Sakya rasa, Arjuna is friend of Lord, and Vatsalya rasa, Nanda Maharaj, and then Devaki, Yashoda, they all have that rasa. And Madhurya rasa, Parakiya, Swakiya. Swakiya means Krishna's wives, Rukmini and Satyabhama. So they have that rasa with the Lord. And Parakiya rasa, Gopis of Vrindavan, Radharani, they have that Parakiya rasa relation with the Lord. And many rasas are there. So this Viraha Bhavana actually strengthens the rasas and they become more strongly connected to Lord and then actually attain perfection by that feeling of separation. So this is the advanced stage of bhakti. We can find in the pure devotees, Goswamis, Vrindavan and Gopis and all. And this cannot be imitated by normal people like us because we don't have that kind of love as of now. Little love we have, okay, but not this kind of love. We have love for many other things as we discussed previously. So we need to do our Krishna conscious practice nicely by associating with the devotees, and coming to temple regularly, by doing service and chanting. So one who chants offenselessly, then one can develop love of Krishna. This is what Srila Prabhupada says. If you chant offenselessly, then you can develop love for Krishna. Okay. So by doing sadhana like that, one can able to attain that kind of stage. Then one can experience so this kind of transcendental feelings, how gopis are feeling. As of now, one should hear the instructions of Bhagavad Gita sincerely and practice those principles in our life. Okay. So this is how one has to systematically progress in Krishna consciousness. Okay. With this we'll conclude. Shri Shri Radha Govind ki, Nitai Gauranga ki, Shri Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagavan ki, Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada